All right, it's time for another one. This one was requested by a couple of the people that commented on my first Malibu Ken Aesop Rock and Tobacco video, and yeah, I guess this is like the next must listen to for him, and excited to get into this. I mean, just looking at the animation, it looks like it's gonna be effing crazy. Like, it looks cool. I don't listen to a lot of this type of stuff, so we're gonna get into this. We're gonna find something. We're gonna break this down the best of my ability. I'm such a noob when it comes to rap stuff like this, or I don't know if it's just rap or what you would call it, but um, I don't have a whole lot of like, oh yeah, I've listened to this and it sounds like this guy or this group or whatever. I don't have a lot of that to probably provide. But what I can provide is a critical musical ear as much as I can, and then I've got the lyrics up here. It looks crazy. I haven't really read any of it, but I guess this is kind of like a story. So we're gonna do my best. I couldn't find a good lyric video, so we're gonna do the best to kind of follow along with the lyrics a little bit. But I try to make it about the music and the art and how it makes me feel. And like, they don't always know that you're gonna have the lyric book, sitting there reading it as you're listening. So you can kind of take stuff, maybe different things for several different listens of the same song. So we're just gonna kind of focus in on what we're hearing. So, but yeah, let's get this started. Okay, we got this. So we're kind of like in like this B. Maybe it's just a half step. Something like that. I don't know. It might just be kind of being done with like a synth or sequencer of some kind. So. But obviously it's just boom, 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 boom,
The magic is black, backyard happy and fertile. For Castle, the ass king of the black circle. Same year, Bobby dropped two horns, hatched and mature. To Gore, Northport's 84, here is 84. Maybe the red and excite like age jeopardy. Wake up the old enemy, crack rock anyway. 17 summers in developing. Would it be the middle schooler ketamine? Yes.
So it's like sitting on the offbeat. He's kind of sitting on the offbeat with his flow. It kind of has that.
The Suffolk County's arms with a bevy of heavy metal records and leather Bibles. More Anton-LaVey than St. Michael.
Then we got this
More
synth.
Sherman and Ford bricks behind Midas. Fly with the pentagram pilots. Sabbath and Judas and all tunes prudence. Seems tame now, but then it was devil music. Rick Six, the nickname clicks. Makeshift altering and clearing in the sticks. Fork to the kitten by the forks from the kitchen. But horsemen who drew the same symbols. Pitchforks waving at a Grand Theft 4x4 support system, alas. Angus on the axe in the back. Foreground uppering a pitch dark animal corpse in backyard black mass. And the brash curiosity got but grave robbery to puff and pluck skulls at a cemetery property. Cops cover and stuff them in Amityville Asylum. It's fantasy island, but now it's lions at the Tom South Oaks. But focus on the environment and how it could have loosened a
Oh, when that comes in, with that.
Skulls at a cemetery property. Cops cuff him and stuff him in Amityville Asylum. It's fantasy island, but now it's lions at the Tom South Oaks. But focus on the environment and how it could have loosened a Lucifer at his client and would flee. Pale moon, pale horse.
It comes that chicka 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 comes in with this flow there.
Focus on the environment and how it could have loosened.
Wow, that's cool. That was such a cool little touch in there, musically, with how his rhythmic rapping is there. And it just adds such a cool little effect, a little kind of tickler to the ear.
In a brash curiosity, got for grave robbery to puff and pluck skulls at a cemetery property. Cops cuff him and stuff him in amity.
Property. You hear that other background? Property, property. It's almost like a rubber, like it's like I don't know if it's saying all the same stuff as him or if it's just it might just be his vocal track with like just some heavy effect on it that slows it way down. Gives it that real slow, low sound.
Asylum. It's fantasy island, but now it's lions at the time south. Oaks, but focus on the environment. And how it could it loosen a Lucifer and a client it would flee. Pale moon, pale horse, howling death, and LSD to make it mean more than it meant. Pay attention, here's where the whole thing sours and goes from intrigue and a wowzers. At a party, a passed out drunk Casso gets got for 10 bags of dust. It's not a big town,
like
people are big now, so he fishes around till he figures it out. Gary Lauer, 17 years young, you have no idea what you've done. Track him down. Beat him pissy, got 5 bags back, still owes him 50. Oh, Ricky, do we hound him for loot or show him how to hellbound do? Casso waves all that says let's just go and get baked instead. 2 shake hands and a beat play dead, though it's more like a skeeter shaking a web and along came a spider with 2 of his friends. It was into the woods, a delusional mess. 4 kids.
So we've got this. We don't have really much of a drum beat, right? We've got this boom, 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 boom. This bass line. This like, what is it? What was this in again? Something like that going on, and then there's this kind of thing happening with like this keyboard, like I'm not sure what setting that is, but and then there's this there's that little like thing happening that kind of pops in and comes and goes every now and again. So yeah, and then his voice is carrying most of like what the song is so far. This is just this flow and these crazy lyrics, like this unending flow. It's just like at a pace that's just like, is he breathing? Like I'm sure it's like kind of cut and pasted, and he's getting a few lines in between breaths, and then just getting those and then recording. I mean, maybe it's just. I mean, I don't know. I honestly would think that a lot of rap like this just kind of unending flow, it's difficult for them to do that in like one take or a few takes, live, as far as like the breathing that has to happen. But maybe he's sneaking breaths in, and it's just, I mean, I wouldn't put it past him that he's this talent, that he would be that talented. I just don't know what kind of the norm is for recording rap stuff. Like, are they kind of cutting breaths out and pasting things together, and you're working on the whole rap for a couple hours, piece by piece, and getting it put together, or is this something that it's a full take and he's doing a few full takes and picking the best spots out of which one, or how that works? So I'd be curious if anybody knows how that process works. It's super the torrid pace is like, it's kind of mind-boggling. It's almost impossible to keep up. I'm trying to glance over at the lyrics every now and again, but yeah, we're doing the best we can here.
Gets dipped in a black hole bath. June 16, Casso snaps.
Oh yeah, and you have that's the last element, that this little like synthy keyboard thing, this kind of in this like B minor pentatonic.
Tack on the pin, sees Rick pull a knife from his jack and a grin. Raise that knife like a sword to the moon. Plunge that knife through a portrait of youth. Go and say you love Satan. Say you love Satan.
And it's almost like da 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 da, and it's like, then it's like like a little major thing in there briefly.
Saints say it just caved to the face.
Oh, his hair's falling out.
Stab wounds, gouged out eyes, burns on his skin, not a cloud in the sky. Castle would later explain he was told by Satan himself in the form of a crow to murder the kid cold. Part of a pristine home. No, 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 no. Just had to brag until somebody said, just had to rat. Set in the cell as a merchant I hate who would hang from a sheep before the third day. Some say Castle was part of a cult, but I'm sure it was more than we're told. More than adults or authority could rightly decode. Or maybe I'm wrong and he's finally home. Castle.
Oh, okay, I'll have to read all the lyrics at some point. Here's a drum beat. Okay, that's interesting. It's like it's offset. It's like a heavy delay. I feel like the left ear you're hearing the beat on the beat, and the right ear it's like a half a beat delay. Left ear, and this. Interesting. I mean, interesting decision. Can't say it's super my thing, but why not? Okay, so this is almost like a chorus in my tiny brain. Okay, so what does the chorus mean? What does it mean to you? Tell me in the comments what that means to you. It's starting to feel like a nice night. Hold close to the highs in the white light. Hold close to the good you are drawn to. These woods were grown to disarm you. Interesting. It gives you some imagery, doesn't it? Like some crazy shit maybe happened, and maybe it's starting to feel like a better night, and then there's, reflecting on what you want to hold close, highs in the white light, maybe good over evil. Hold close to the good you're drawn to. These woods were grown to disarm you. It's like in the woods, like crazy stuff happens. I think like Blair Witch Project, you're in the woods and there's crazy like stuff going on, or maybe it's, something bad happened in the woods, or there's maybe the woods has a different meaning. Maybe it's not literally woods. Yeah, interesting. Let's finish it up. It's like he's looking through the inside of his own face and singing. I'm a little out of tune, but so he kind of has that. Yeah. So the little major touches and teases is kind of a theme, and then it ends with that like that 2001 Space Odyssey type thing. Cool. Interesting. All right, man. I can dig it. Like I said, we're going to dissect stuff. We're going to get into everything. It doesn't matter if it's rap or metal or whatever it is, man. I'm willing to. Things can usually almost, I say that, but almost always things can be broken down into a simple form and you can tell a second grader or a third grader what's happening and demonstrate to them, generally speaking, what they're hearing and what's happening. No, you're not going to explain these lyrics to a third grader. Um, but musically, we can always break things down. And I really am gonna have to like read through these lyrics because as I read through it, there's all kinds of stuff in here, and yeah, it seems to tell a story. Um, Kind of, there's like this good and evil type struggle between good and evil type thing going on. Drugs seem to be a theme. LSD, that makes sense. With the kind of the visuals you're seeing. Yeah, interesting one. It's not something I'm listening to on my playlist all the time or anything like that, but I can appreciate it. And what a cool song. And there was a lot more than I thought there was going to be there, um, musically, lyrically, different things happening. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I tried to not dwell too much on the video, although it was kind of eye catching at times what was happening. So, but yeah, good suggestion. And I guess let me real quick kind of just shout out who had asked for that one. We had Brian Hansen 6189, I believe. Um, Said that was it's based on a true story, so that's cool. And then one of the other um, comments here was let's see, yeah, and James Oblivion, who commented on that, mentioned that one as well. So wild, good stuff, guys. Yeah, till we do another one. Peace.